The town of Maple Creek, Oregon, looked like it had been forgotten by time. Wooden houses lined the street, paint faded by years of rain. The only sound in the morning was the rustle of leaves and the soft chime of a bell above a small coffee shop called Ellie's Brew. Every morning, at exactly 8:15, the door opened, and Thomas Miller stepped inside. He wore the same gray coat, carried the same small notebook, and spoke in the same calm voice. 2 coffees, please. Black. Extra hot. He would sit by the window, always the same table, place 1 cup in front of him, and set the other across the table. That second cup was never touched. People noticed, of course. In a small town, everyone noticed everything. Some said his wife had died in a car crash. Others whispered that she had left him. But Thomas never said a word. He would sit there for exactly 1 hour, eyes fixed on the window as if he were waiting for something only he could see. Years passed that way. Rain, snow, sunshine, it didn't matter. Thomas came. 2 coffees. 1 untouched. Then, one cold November morning, a new face appeared in the coffee shop. Claire Weston, a journalist from Portland, had arrived in Maple Creek to write an article about small-town life. She had heard about Ellie's Brew from a local, who told her, if you want to understand Maple Creek, start with the man by the window. When Claire entered, the smell of cinnamon and roasted beans filled the air. She noticed Thomas immediately, calm, quiet, motionless. The second cup in front of him steamed softly. Curiosity tugged at her. When Ellie, the owner, brought her coffee, Claire leaned closer. Who is he? Ellie glanced over and lowered her voice. Thomas Miller. Comes every morning. 20 years now. 20 years. Claire whispered. Since the day his wife didn't come back. That night, Claire couldn't stop thinking about him. She lay in her motel bed, listening to the wind against the windows, and wondered what kind of love could keep a man waiting for 2 decades. The next morning, she returned to the café earlier than usual. Thomas arrived, right on time. He sat, ordered, and began his ritual. Claire gathered her courage and approached his table. Mind if I join you? She asked. Thomas didn't look up. That seat's taken. She hesitated. By who? Finally, he turned his head. His eyes were pale gray, calm but heavy with something deep and sad. By someone who never broke her promise, he said softly. Claire sat down anyway, carefully. Your wife. He nodded slowly. She liked the rain. Said it made the world feel new. She used to sit right there, humming under her breath. Claire smiled faintly. She sounds lovely. She was, he said. She still is. The air grew colder. Claire glanced at the empty chair. The steam from the untouched cup twisted upward, curling in a strange way, like a small invisible hand brushing the air. A shiver crawled up her spine. I heard she didn't come back, Claire whispered. Thomas smiled faintly, still staring out the window. She didn't leave. Not really. Claire didn't know what to say. The clock on the wall ticked loudly. When she blinked, she thought she saw something, just for a moment, a faint shape sitting across from him. Like the outline of a woman made of light and air. But when she blinked again, it was gone. That night, she searched through local records. She found it. Anna Miller. Died 20 years ago in a car crash on Highway 14. It happened at exactly 8:15 a.m. on a rainy morning. The next day, Claire returned to the café, but Thomas wasn't there. She waited the entire morning. Nothing. A week passed. Then Ellie handed her an envelope. Found this on the table after closing. It's got your name. Claire opened it. Inside was a note written in neat cursive. Dear Miss Weston, thank you for noticing her. I think she waited long enough. Her hands trembled. She looked up toward the window table. 2 cups of coffee sat there, steaming faintly, though no one had ordered them. The morning sun poured through the glass, and for just a heartbeat, she saw them, Thomas and Anna, sitting across from each other, hands touching, eyes gentle and full of peace. Then the light shifted. The cups stopped steaming. The chairs were empty again. But when Ellie walked by with her cleaning rag, she paused. She touched the table, and it was warm. From that day on, no one ever sat there again. And every morning, at exactly 8:15, the bell above the door would ring softly. Though no one ever saw it move.